Hey guys, this is Balu and today in this tutorial I will show how you can create this kind of CGI ads or visual effect videos in Blender using Aspire application and GeoTracker easily. So hope you guys will find the video useful. So I will keep a target of 50 likes. Please help me to achieve the target. So now without any further delay, let's start the tutorial. So here I am using this Aspire application and I got the footage from Pexels. So here I got the footage from Pexels. I will leave a link in the description if you want to use the same. So now come to the starting frame. Go to this video, click on the snapshot here. So we need an image. So now let's load that image onto the Aspire application. So select it, drag and drop it onto this Aspire application. So number of vanishing points, let it be 2. So here I change this axis to Z axis. So now let's align the axis. So this is X axis. So I will place the X axis here. Hold Shift K to zoom in. So let it be here like this. And hold Shift K, place it here. Now let's select this end. Okay, and let's select hold Shift key and let's place this here. Now let's align the Z axis. So let's place that Z axis here. Let's place another one at this position. And let's select this here. And yeah, so I think this is fine. So now let's place this. So now let's save this one. So go to this file option, save, file name as 7777 and save. So now we can close Aspire application and open Blender. So now let's load that Aspire data here. So go to this file option, import, select this Aspire. And by the way, if you're not finding this option, you did not install that add-on yet. So I'll leave a link in the description, or else you can click on the iCard above on for a video where I have shown how to download and install. So once that is done, select the Aspire and locate the file. So here I got the file. So simply select the file and import Aspire project. So now here you can see we got the camera along with our image. So here we need to replace this image with the footage since we are going to use the footage, right? So now come to the camera options here. Come to this background images, expand it, change it from background image to movie clip. So from here we need to load the footage once. So open. So we got the footage and open clip. Scroll down. Let's increase the opacity here. So now let's add a plane. So go to this add mesh, select a plane here. So we got the plane, right? So let's increase the scaling a bit. So now if I play this, you can see we got our footage and our footage got bit of camera movements here, and you can skip this process if the footage is steady. So this is the tracking. So for the tracking we are going to use GeoTracker from Keen Tools. So let's come to the starting frame here. So being selected this plane, press N on the keyboard for side panels. So here is the GeoTracker. Click on this create new GeoTracker. So here we need to load our footage once again. So open, select the footage, load clip. So once the footage is loaded, you will get analyze option here. Here I am getting reanalyze because I have analyzed the footage already. So click on the analyze option. It will ask for the frames. So here total footage frames is 609. So I will reduce this to 300 and okay. So it starts to analyze our footage from 0 to 300 and 300 to 0. So here this analyzing is done. So first of all, let me save the project here. So go to this file option, save, project is saved. So now come to this tracking option and change this from geometry to camera. Since we are going to track the camera, change this to geometry and click on the start pin mode and later click on this track to end forward button. So it starts to track the footage and we will get the key points added here. So here our tracking process is done. So now let's change this end frame value to 300 and let's bring the timeline like here. Okay. So now once the tracking is done, click on this exit pin mode. So now if I play forward in timeline, you can see our plane is staying in the position. So you can skip this tracking process if the footage is steady. So let's press N to close this panel. So now let's add our 3D elements here. So before that, let me expand this one. So select the plane, change this to object mode, edit mode, edge selection. Let's select the edge here. Let's place this. Let's increase this side, also increase this side, and let's increase till here. Okay, so I think this is fine. Let's go to object mode once again. So here we got the ground plane. So now let's add a cylinder. So Shift A, mesh, select cylinder here. So increase the options, expand the options here. Vertex I will make it as 64 and radius, let's increase the radius here. So I think this much is fine. And depth, let's increase the depth here. So let's bring this downward. So let's select the plane once again, press tab key, press A to select all the vertices, right click, subdivide, and let's increase the number of bits to 25. Press tab key once again. Now come to this modifier options, add modifier, generate, add boolean. Let it be in difference. Object, select the cylinder here, and let's apply the modifier. So now we will have a hole created here. So now let's select the cylinder, let's bring it down, press 0 to see through camera. So press tab key for edit mode, change this to face selection, select the face here, select only the above face, press P and separate it by selection. So now we will have this face separated. So let's change this to object mode. So if I move this, you can see we got this face separated. And let's bring this anchor point at the center, go to set origin to geometry. Okay, so now we will have this one. So press tab key once again, press A to select all the faces. Now press E to extrude and Z along the Z axis. So you got this base created. So let's change this to edge selection. So Control B to bevel this one. So you can see we got the bevel, right? So in order to smooth this one, use your mouse wheel scroll up button. Just scroll up your mouse wheel. We'll get the loop cuts added. So I think this much is fine. So in the same way, let's select this edge here, hold Alt key and select the edges here. So you got the edges selected. Again, Control B and drag your mouse left side or right side to add the bevel. Okay. So you got this portion. Now let's select the face here. Let's select this face. Now press E, S and extrude it inward. And again press E, Z and extrude it in Z axis. So now we got this stage kind of thing. So let it be here at the center. So yeah, so I think this will be fine. So let's bring our anchor point at this position. So Shift S, cursor to selected. So now let's add a Coke model. So in order to get 3D models, I'm using this Blender kit, which is free to download. So here I will search as Coke. I will use this model. Simply click on the image. The model will be loaded onto this anchor point. So here we got the model. So let's select the empty. So it is parented to empty. Let's close this one. Let's increase the scaling. Let's see through camera. Press 0 to see through camera. And let's increase the scaling a bit. So yeah. So now I will add an empty to control this model and also this model. So Shift A, come to this empty and select the cube here. Press S and increase the scaling. So we got empty created here. So here this Coke model is controlled by empty, right? So you can see this Coke model is controlled by this empty. So we can directly parent this empty to this parent. So first of all, select this empty here. Later select the empty. This one, hold Shift key to select this empty. Now Control P and select this object keep transform. So now by using this empty, we can control Coke model. So in the same way, let's parent this object to this empty. So select this object, select the empty here, hold Shift key and select this empty. Now Control P, object keep transform. So now we can control this whole model here. Okay. So now let's animate this one. So first let's make it downward here like this. So let it be at the bottom. So now come to the starting frame like 40th frame, add a keyframe here. So make sure this empty is selected, which is controlling both the models. So press I on the keyboard and later I think come to 140 frames and let's bring our model here. So just lift it here like this above to the base. So I think this much is fine. Now again press I on the keyboard to add a keyframe. So here I want this to be rotating. So what I can do, so come to this frame here at 140th frame, come to this rotation, right? So I'll change this to 360 and let's add a key rotation. So here we will have this rotation animation. Now move to the last frame and here I will change this to 540 and add a keyframe once again. So now if I play this, we will have this kind of animation where the Coke model is rising up. Or else let's do one thing, let's change this to 180, add a keyframe, come to the last frame and make this 360. So we don't want this to be rotating much. So now we had our animation done. So here I will be adding a cap. So let's come to the starting frame. Let's come to the cylinder, select the cylinder here, change this to edit mode, face selection, select the face here, select this below face. Now shift D to duplicate it, it is duplicated. Now press P and separate it by selection. So now we will have that separated. So here you can see we got that right. So let's bring it at the top. So let's place this here so that close to this baseline. So let's bring this origin to the geometry. So first of all, let me add some thickness for this. So press tab key for edit mode, press A to select the face, press E and extrude it inward. So I think this much is fine. So come to the starting frame and let's place this here. So let's place this just about to this floor. So press I on the keyboard and now come to the 20th frame. Sorry, come to the 10th frame here. Dip it down a bit. Press I once again. Now move to 20th frame and move it aside here. So let's move this aside, or else let's move this here aside like this. Okay, now again press I on the keyboard. So I think we can get the keyframe till here. So now if I play this, you can see we got this kind of thing here. Nice. So now let me show you how to add the water which will be flowing around the hook model. So for that I will be using metaball. So first of all, let me create a path here. So for that I will be using curves. So go to this add curve, come to this profiles, or else come to this spirals here. And by the way, if you're not finding these extra options, go to this edit, preferences, come to this get extensions, and here search for extra. So here extra curve objects will get install option. Just click on the install, it will be installed. Later save those preferences. After that come to this add curves, you will get these options. Come to this spirals and select this arc median. Before to that, let me place the cursor at the center. So shift S, cursor to selected. Now go to this add curve, spirals, arc median. Now let's increase the radius here. So I think this much of radius is fine. Let's make it this much. Okay, so height I'll give this a bit, or else let it be like this, and turns I will make it 2. So here we got this thing, or else let me increase the height. So I think this much of height would be fine. So yeah, I think this will be fine. So rest and all we can leave like that only. Steps, if you want to increase, you can do that. So I will make it 32 so that we get some smoothness here. So now if I play this, yeah, so this is fine. So press 0 to see through camera. So now let's select this starting point here and I will move it downwards. Before that, let's enable this proportional editing and let's move this vertex point and use your mouse wheel scroll button to increase the radius. So I think this is good. So I will bring it down at this portion, and this last one I think I will move this away from the screen. So press E, extrude E. So I will bring this apart here. So let it be as far as possible. Okay, so I think this is fine, and let's make it here look like this. Okay, now press 0 to see through camera and the liquid will be flowing away, or else let's bring it here. Okay, nice. So now press tab to exit this edit mode. So we got the path created for the fluid to travel. So now let's add metaball. So before that, we need to use the particle system. So being selected this curve, press tab key for edit mode. Let's select this vertex here. Shift S, cursor to selected. So we got the cursor point here. So press tab key to exit this edit mode. So let's go to set origin to 3D cursor. So now let's add a UV sphere. So shift A, mesh, select UV sphere. So we need to get particle system for this UV sphere. So come to this particle system, add particle system. So number of particles, let it be 1000 for time being. So if I play this, you can see we got the particles emitting from the starting frame. We don't want that to happen. So here I want the particles to be coming like from 70th frame. So I want the particles to come in from 70th frame. So I will change the frame start to 70 and ending 210. And lifetime, I will increase this to 300. So I'll make this equal to timeline. Life randomness, I will make this to 0.5. Yeah, that is fine. So now if I play this, after 70 frames only our particles will be evolving. So you can see we got the particles at 70th frame. So here, scroll down, come to this field weights, and let's reduce the gravity here to 0. So now here we got the particles here like this. Okay, so now instead of these particles we'll be using metaball. So shift A, come to this metaball and select this ball here. So let's place this aside. So select this sphere which is emitting the particles, scroll down, come to this render options, render as, change it to object, and here select our metaball. So now if I play this, we will have the metaball here. You can see we are getting the small particles. So now let's increase the scaling a bit to get our metaball. You can see we got the metaball right, and scale randomness I will give this a bit. So right now this is not looking good, so we can fix that later. So now we need to have this metaball follow the curve, right? So let's select the curve here, come to this physics properties, add force field, and type let it be force. So shape, we need to change this to curve, and let's increase the strength like -25, and flow I will make this 5. So now if I play this, you can see the metaball will be following the curve. So right now this is not looking good, right? So select the metaball here, come to this metaball properties. So here if I reduce the value, the resolution will be increased. So now you can see we are getting that smoothness. So I will make it like 0.05, and render I will make it as 0.05 only. Okay, we want the same quality to be visible in render. So once this is done, if you want to do any modifications, come to this metaball once again, play with the resolution. So I think 0.1 will be fine. Let's change this to 0.1 only, and select the curve here. So here the strength means it will increase the speed or decrease the speed. So if I change this to -50, the speed will be more. You can see the flow, the speed of this metaball will be more. And if I reduce this speed, so for example if I change this to -10, it will be slow. Here you can see the movement of the fluid is very slow. So depending upon the choice, you can play with the value of this. So I'll make this bit fast. So I will change this to -50. So this flow value makes the particles to follow the curve. So if I reduce this to 1, and if I play this, you can see the particles are scattering a bit. So if you like this kind of animation, you can leave it. So I will give a flow strength of 2. So now if I play this, you can see we got something interesting thing happening here. Okay, so I think this is looking good, so I will leave this like that only. So now let's select the particles here. Let's select this particle sphere, come to this particles property. So here number, if you want to increase, you can do that. So I will increase this to 2000. Okay, and let's come to the starting frame, and rest and all we can leave like that only. So once this is done, just click on the bake option to bake that physics. So here the bake is done. Now let's see to camera, press 0 to see to camera, and if I play this, you can see we got our simulation done. So we need to extend this endpoint of this curve, or else the liquid will be getting backward here. So for that reason, I have pushed this end frame to further longer. So I think I need to reduce the end frame value. So let's delete the bake here once again. So delete all bakes. So end frame, I will reduce this to 140, and let's bake this once again. So come to this bake option and click on this bake. So now if I play this, we will have this kind of water flowing around the can model. Okay, so this is looking good. So now let's move on to this render viewport here. So here the scene is looking dark because there is no light in the scene. So in order to add light in the scene, I will be using HDRA from Polyheaven. So here the footage is of clean blue sky, right? So let's come to this Polyheaven and let's search for urban only and look for clear sky. So here I will be using this. So we got the sun also here. So let's select this one and download. You can change the resolution from here and download. So once the HDRA is downloaded, come to this world properties, click on this yellow color dot, change this to environment texture. So from here we need to load the HDRI, so open. So we got the HDRI here, select it and open image. So now you can see we got some light in the scene. So come to this render settings, enable ray tracing option. Now come to this film option and make it transparent so that we'll get our video visible. And before to that, let's change this color management to standard. And here I think we need to rotate the sun. So here in actual footage, the shadows are falling here, right? So here the shadows are falling in this way. So that means the sun is located here. So let's rotate the HDRI now. So come to this shading tab, press 0 to see through camera. Let's come to this render properties, render viewport. Now change this to world. Now select the node here, press Ctrl T for node wrangler. And by the way, if you're not enable node wrangler, go to this edit, preferences, add-ons and look for node, NODE. Enable this node wrangler, save the preferences, close it, select the node here, press Ctrl plus T, t-shirt, Ctrl plus t-shirt, T. After that we can rotate this HDRI. So now you can see where we can rotate the HDRI. So I think we need to have the shadows in this direction. So now let's move on to this layout once again. So now let's add material onto this one. So let's select the meatball here and let's look for Coke. Let's see whether we'll get Coke models. So here I got this Coca-Cola like soda, or else let me add wine. Yeah. So let's select this one, simply click on that image and it will be loaded onto this model. So we can see we got that one. Now let's select this base here. So for this I will be using, what can I do? I will use search for metal and let's add this metal here. And for the starting cup, so for this one, I will add the same material. So simply click on that and it should load onto that image. Okay. So for this base plane, I will make it as a shadow catcher because we want the shadows to be visible there. So in order to get that, let's change this render engine to cycles. Device, let it be GPU compute. Now come to this visibility option. So first come to this object properties, come to this visibility and make it shadow catcher. So now we will have the shadows visible here. So I think we are getting the reflections of this onto the base. It's okay. And also we got a cylinder right here. So let's select the cylinder. For that cylinder also, I will add this metal. So now we got this Coke model along with the liquid rotating around this can. Nice. So now let's come to the render properties here. So here I will be rendering this in cycles only. So come to this render options, maximum samples, I will reduce this to 16. And noise threshold, I will make this 0.1. So these both values are reduced to render time at the cost of quality. So if you can spend much time and if your device is capable, you can increase the samples value and you can reduce this noise threshold. So once this is done, next what we can do, so view transform, let it be standard and come to this output properties here. So resolution, I will leave this to vertical only, enable render region, crop to render region. This frame rate should match with the footage frame rate. So I think footage, let's check. So right click, yeah, footage is of 30 frames, right? So I will change this to 30, change this to 30 FPS. So this element should match with the footage frame rate FPS. And frame range, I will leave this to 1 to 300. And output folder, let me select a folder quickly. So file format, let it be PNG. Make sure this RGBA is selected or else we won't get the alpha channel. So yeah, I think this much is fine. So after that, come to this render and click on this render animation. So you'll get only the CG elements rendered here. So like Coke, this fluid and this base, we won't get the footage visible in render. Later we need to use editing software to do the compositing. So in this way, we can create this kind of cool CGI ads or CGI VFX videos in Blender easily. So hope you guys have learned something new from this tutorial. If you have learned anything new, please like, share and subscribe my channel to support me. So we'll meet in the next video. Until then, signing off. Take care. Bye.